This is Cadillac Ranch in Amarillo, Texas. I've always wanted to come here and I've never been. And it doesn't disappoint. The only thing that's a bummer about it is all the litter and the trash. People come and bring spray paint to spray on the Cadillacs, and then they throw the cans in the field, which kind of sucks. But other than that, it's a really neat art installation. And this was done by a group called Ant Farm in the 70s, and it was two architects and a student of art that got together and decided that they were going to do this, and they found an investor, possibly multiple investors, to pay for the Cadillacs and then do the installation. And it has really become an icon of America. Just in the time I've been here, there were some people from England here that were really excited, and they had driven like 800 miles to come here to do this, and now they're going back towards California. So it's really an icon of America in a lot of ways. And I'm glad to finally see it. I'm 56 years old. I've been through here more times than I can count, and I've never stopped. And I also have never seen it from the road. It's really set back off the road quite a ways, and so it's hard to, if you're not looking for it, you wouldn't even know to look over in the field. Yeah, traveling west on 40, man, it's awesome. And I just feel so empowered by having these vaccine shots. I have the Moderna ones. I had very little side effects. I got about 8 hours after my first shot, my head got really hot. I never ran a fever, and I got really tired. I went to bed and I slept 12 hours. I woke up and felt like $1 million. The only thing is that, where they give you the shot in the shoulder, it hurts. It's very sore for 3 or 4 days, and then it goes away, and that's it. So most people are not having side effects of any kind, and I would encourage you, if you're able to get the shots, if you're in that first or second group, you should do it, especially if you're a first responder. Many of my police buddies, fire department personnel, people I know, are not real excited about getting the vaccine, but it just makes sense, and it's good for everybody to get vaccinated. So, my personal opinion, but hey, this is my video. So thanks for joining me. I didn't quite get here last night, but welcome to episode 4 of Have Shots Will Travel. Not sure what is on the road to the west of here, but that's where we're going next. So come on along with me and enjoy discovering the West with me. Thanks so much for watching. So I'm here on a little tiny piece of Route 66. I'm in between Gallup, New Mexico, which is to the west, and back to Albuquerque to the east. And this section of I-40 kind of parallels little bits and pieces. Sometimes I-40 took over Route 66, and sometimes it runs parallel to it. And unfortunately, where I'm at is behind an old motel that's long abandoned because basically the interstate passed it by. There's no exit too close to here, so there's no reason for it to survive. And all along Route 66, there's certain parts of it that are thriving for tourism and stuff, like little diners and stuff like that. But the more common is that the pieces of the road that got cut off are often landlocked, like right down here, about a quarter of a mile, Route 66 dead ends. And you have to turn around, make a U-turn, and go back and find the next on-ramp to 40 to continue west. But, New Mexico is just a gorgeous, gorgeous state. And it is so difficult for me because I always drive through it on the way to Arizona because that's where my wife's family's from. But New Mexico is phenomenal. And a few years ago, Bedford's sent me to the Fiesta Balloon Festival in Albuquerque, which I'd heard about my whole life as a photographer, but I'd never been. And man, it was an amazing experience. And then I also, Santa Fe, New Mexico is really close to Colorado Springs, which is where my mother grew up. And so my family has a real sort of soft spot in our heart for Santa Fe. And if you ever get to Santa Fe, a lot of people don't know this, but it's very well known for pie. So if you like pie, Santa Fe has got your name on it. They got a piece of pie for you in virtually every restaurant. I feel bad because I always have the intention of doing more every day, but the fact is it's so far to drive. When you're going from Tennessee to Arizona, in just 3 days. It's a huge amount of distance to travel, and I just haven't been able to do as much as I'd like. Anyway, I love New Mexico, and no matter how much time I spend here, it's not enough. And at some point in my life, I hope that I live long enough to actually retire and to be able to go back and visit these places that I like so much. New Mexico is among those states that I really would love to explore more. But again, this whole kind of Western thing, I mean, look at this landscape behind me. Radiator Springs is not too far away from right here. But I love the landscape here. It would be almost impossible to be any kind of photographer and not shoot landscapes in New Mexico. The mesas, and everywhere you look, you think you're in a cowboy movie, from when we were kids. So I just am so thankful that my life has sort of unraveled in such a way that I can do a trip like this. Some people can't do this, and I'm so fortunate that I'm able to. Once again, thank you for joining me along my journey along I-40 and now Route 66. I'm just going to hit Gallup next, probably get fuel. Diesel's getting expensive out this way out west. In Tennessee, I was paying $2.29 a gallon. I paid $2.84 a gallon today in New Mexico, so that didn't make me very happy. But hey, on to the next one. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you.